Welcome to beautiful Ogden, Utah for the 2021 PDGA Pro Worlds. I'm Ian Anderson, sitting next to a world champion, Sarah Hokum. How's it going, Sarah?
It's going really great. We're here at the World Championships after a 2-year hiatus after not being able to play via COVID. And we've got an exciting card. Catrina Allen, Holley Finley, Heather Young, and Ohn Scoggins.
And we're out at the fort, Sarah. This is a really fun track.
Yeah, really wooded. It's nestled in a ton of cottonwood trees. As you can see, this first green is nestled right inside the cottonwood trees after you cross a river, and the entire beginning part of the fairway is actually out of bounds, and there is a river beyond the basket.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. The first part. Short of the river is out of bounds?
Short of the river,
oh,
yeah.
Dang.
But it's only about 250 to clear that area.
Cat going with the mid M4.
Ooh,
so that's out of bounds?
So that is out of bounds, even though she's on dry ground.
Punishing. Ohn Scoggins out of Southern California.
Ohn likely going with a destroyer here. Gets across the log, have a circle 2 putt.
That's not bad. Ohn's got a great forehand, great backhand, really well-rounded player.
And this one really does set up for a sidearm to park the basket, but you can definitely sneak a backhand in here as Holley tries to do so with her boss.
And that one's just a little bit low, and that's unfortunately
another
gonna be
out of bounds. You know, first round jitters at the Worlds is a thing, even for experienced players.
Yeah, not the easiest starting hole, honestly. Heather Young out of Tennessee.
Heather, a lefty, going with a fairway driver, the F5.
Fight.
A little wide.
Fight.
And there is also out of bounds on the right side if you get too far right, and the river runs diagonal to the fairway, so it gets closer to the basket on the right side. Cat, only thing she can do is a layup from that drop zone. It's about 60, 65 feet.
Holley giving it a bid from the DZ as well. I'd ask you how you did, but I don't want to ruin the coverage on an Ace Run, where she will be on, right?
Yeah, Ace Run Pro covered my card today.
Yeah, so go check that out once you're done watching this. Heather Young.
Also from the drop zone. That's really surprising, 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be making adjustments over the course of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Ohn with a long look.
She is a great putter, though. Oh, just off the cage there, it looked like. A little comebacker, but she's got that no problem. Ohn has one of the wobbliest putts I have ever seen, but she's also one of the most effective putters I've ever seen.
No doubt. Do you think who wins between her and Jay Redding?
Oh, wow.
I mean, Jay teaches the wobble putt, and he's a putting world champion. I don't know if Ohn has that title yet.
Oh, wow. You might have to give that to Jay. He's got to be the originator.
Let us know, folks. You think Jay or Ohn has a wobblier putt?
I was going to throw Steve Rico into the mix, too.
Oh, you know, I'm pretty sure Rico's the one who taught her to putt.
I would think so, right? She was on Legacy for a little while back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And LA.
Yeah, the LA connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. There's Heather Young's rip on 1. 3 bogeys and a par for the card as we head into 2. It is right there, but not the easiest hole, Sarah.
Yeah, it's pretty short, only 200 feet, slightly uphill. The river runs perpendicular to the fairway, so you have to cross the river and then kind of sneak through this little gap, but don't go too long because there is an OB pathway behind the basket. So it does take a lot of touch. A lot of players are going to be throwing mids and putters, trying to get this pretty easy birdie, the easiest hole on the course.
All right, fair enough. Ohn Scoggins on the box.
Should be going rock 3.
Okay. Leaking a little left.
There is a lot of space on the left as long as you don't go too far.
Yeah, I saw some flex forehands thrown as a line. Is that where you're opting for? Or?
I'm throwing the sidearm straight and looking at for to hyzer right.
Okay, cool.
So there's also room on the right. Oh, wow.
Cat.
Catrina going with the A2 with a sidearm. I guess it is a sidearm hole.
I guess so. If Cat's throwing sidearm.
Especially, over a creek, a technical shot.
Mm-hmm. A2, I bag one of those. Very overstable approach discs. Kind of like a really beefy zone almost.
Holley with the MD, also playing it conservatively, not going at the basket, just looking to get a long putt.
And speaking of putter, she is a great putter as well.
We have, honestly, I say all
Oh my
these
gosh,
players.
you're right.
Heather, yeah.
Incredible Cat.
And Catrina, she has her off days, but she also can be just on fire on the greens.
Absolutely. Heather Young on the box. Looking to come back from that bogey start. That was awesome.
Wow, did she skip off the log?
Twice.
Oh,
Both of them.
that's so amazing.
That was cool. Here is Cat for a lengthy birdie bid. Ooh, just short there. Ohn Scoggins, a little bit closer on her birdie look.
Putting with those JK AVRs.
Oh, that's cool. She's out here. Oh,
Yeah, it's great to see JK back in the mix.
yeah. It's so funny when they show those old clips of her throwing. It looks exactly the same. Like nothing's changed.
Holley lining up a stud.
Ooh, Holley.
Sneaks it in the left side.
Man, she's good. That was great. Man, I was just remembering that nasty spit out we saw from her at USW DGC. Remember that one? It was like the perfect putt that came right back out.
I try not to remember those. They may be forever etched in our brain as a nightmare.
That is totally fair. Ohn cleans up par, as will Cat, and Heather has a drop-in birdie. Get it. She's focused.
Yeah, it's a weird vibe out at Worlds when you're first starting out. You want to be usually first rounds it can be a little just casual, but first round of Worlds, not casual.
Everybody's kind of jockeying for position a little bit, setting the pace. I like it. On to hole 3. Someone's looking for a disc.
Par 3, 258 feet. We have that river coming into play again, running diagonally through the fairway, getting closer to the basket as you get up the fairway. It really plays well to a sidearm on the main side of the fairway, flexing right. But there is a nice backhand line over the river most of the way with something overstable that's going to hyzer back left. You can also do the high route, but I think most of the players are going to be looking at that low skipper.
Holley Finley on the box. Be going with a Mako. Keep turning, keep turning.
I think she missed her line a little bit left there. She's trying to go a little bit more wide, but she's still got to look inside the circle.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
And Heather, the lefty on the hole, is set up really well to just throw a hyzer around that left side.
Yeah, it's a nice clean line for her. And she is a gap hitter coming from Tennessee.
Also leaves it a little bit early, but that is also still a putt at the edge of the circle.
Ohn Scoggins. Need a champ destroyer. Max weight, I'm sure. Because that's how Ohn rolls.
Just flinging it in there.
Look at that.
Ace run.
That's sick. Ohn's awesome.
That'll be an easy putt.
Oh, well. Ohn is good at those. Catrina. A little turnover mid action. Should be an M4. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, no, she went A2.
Oh, she did. She went outside. You're right.
Yep, and that's a long look.
Huh.
I'm surprised she didn't go with something more stable and faster to get
Yeah.
that skip. But there is sand on that ground, so it may not even skip regardless of what disc you choose. Great putt.
Turns
There
out it
she
didn't
goes.
matter. Nice putt, Cat. Business Cat keeping her head down, focused on the game. Oh, a bit of an awkward angle there for Holley with that tree in the way. She'll settle for a par. Heather looking for a 2.
Really really nice. She just have great touch with her follow through.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how she releases the spin she gets on the disc. Doesn't look forced. Really casual.
And she's so accurate. That's when we got to watch her Tennessee friend, Macy Walker.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually battling in Tennessee. We saw her at DDO.
I didn't see her on the list for
She
this
didn't make it out
tournament.
here. Nope.
Dang.
I know. I think our next one's Idlewild, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great putt by Ohn. Cashing in the birdie.
And Holley.
And this hole playing as the second easiest hole. So we start out with a semi-difficult hole, get to the first easiest, and then the second easiest hole right off the bat. So you definitely have to cash in the birdies early, and then the rest of the course gets a lot of teeth.
We'll see how they handle it when we come back. Kick it off to our sponsors.
When I walk up to the tee, I have these game plans. I think I'm gonna land in these same areas every single time, but you never know. Having the Bushnell rangefinder, no matter where I land, gives me that extra level of confidence.
I started playing disc golf with my family when I was 8 years old. When I was 16, I got my first job as a cook at a bowling alley, and that's when I made my first batch of beef jerky. As I got better at throwing, I also got better at making beef jerky. Everyone told me they loved my jerky. After 15 years of making my beef jerky as a hobby, I decided to make it available to everyone. Double G Craft Jerky. Give it a try. You're gonna love it.
Welcome back to the fort. We are looking at hole 4, and we're starting our tightly
Yes.
wooded holes here.
This is the first of the doozies. 530 feet, par 4. It doglegs to the left. The landing zone right about here is about 300 feet. And then you've got another roughly 250 or so around this corner to the basket, which is guarded by some trees on the left, and then there is a creek bed on the right. So it is, you want to throw to that landing zone, probably not trying to get around the corner, just trying to stay in the middle, and then navigating that second half of the fairway.
Yeah, if you can get almost like a slight right finish, it helps open up that angle.
Yeah, for a dog-legged left, it certainly plays to a lefty or a sidearm, as we see Heather peering the fairway.
Yeah, a little more height on that, and I think she's in the sweet spot. Ohn Scoggins stepping up next. There's going to be a Mamba.
Yeah, comes out a little bit left, and that'll be just a pitch around the corner. It kind of takes her out of birdie contention.
Catrina, this will be an M4.
This is
Go.
going to finish straight perfectly. That disc is like 8 years old.
Did she get far enough? Is she around the corner, or is she a little short of it?
She's a little short, but she should be able to get around the corner still,
Gotcha.
because it plays to a hyzer on that second shot. Holley,
Oh, that is a great kick.
great
Oh my
kick, but she's got a lot of work to do.
She does. I felt that was about a half stroke kick though.
Right?
right
Totally.
back in the fairway. Here is her second shot, and she is pushing the corner. I think she got it. Nice.
Yeah, maybe a little left, but that will keep the shot still open to get a par.
Heather Young's gonna bend it around the corner with an Anheuser.
Which Anheisers are difficult out here in this altitude. They don't turn quite as much as we just saw. That hyzered out to the right quicker than she wanted.
Yeah, and our cameraman Nick was expecting. It looks like got it down there next to the basket. She should be able to get up and down. Scoggins.
Man, she took the tiny gap.
It worked though. What a shot. And Kat, she got a great drive.
Going with M4 again. That looks like a look for birdie.
Cool. Really well thrown. Looking at Ohn's third, just trying to get up and down for the par.
Rock 3, settling nicely.
Beautifully done.
A little bit of sand up there keeps the skips from going too far.
That it does. Holley, also her third. That was a great second shot by Holley.
Yeah, and it takes quite a bit of accuracy to actually land in the skinny fairway. It's only about 20 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
Heather recovering with a little sidearm.
Also has all the tools.
And Kat with a look outside the circle, about 40 feet.
Mm.
Her timing looked a little off there.
I think that tree was kind of maybe getting
that makes sense.
in her thoughts a little bit. Didn't want to tag it.
When you have to have your stance a little bit wider than normal,
Yeah.
it certainly affects your putt.
No problem on the comebacker.
Nice cleanup. This hole playing as the 4th difficult hole,
Really?
so it's up there.
There's Ohn cleaning up.
No birdies here, but we did have a handful of birdies in the ladies division. Jennifer Allen, Deanne Carey, Kona, Vanessa, Maria Oliva.
I like the birdie shout out. It's one of my favorites. On the tough holes.
Yeah, I mean, and also, just as a side note, 70 women in this tournament.
That's
It
incredible.
is the most women we have ever had in a
Is it really?
field of FPOs
That's
in
so
history.
cool. This golf is blowing up in the best way possible. Hole 5, there's a target. Don't hit the target. Go right over it.
Yeah, I don't know why the bullseye's right there, because that would be a very bad drive.
It was terrible.
So this is another dog leg left, 2 in a row here, but this first shot is quite a bit shorter, running in at like 260. So the backhand righty hyzers can get around this corner a little bit if they want to get greedy. And then the next shot plays to a sidearm, a hyzer that gets a lot of right glide getting into the pin. You can also throw a backhand turnover, but certainly that spin is going to give you a bad kick if you hit any of those many trees guarding the approach shot.
Heather Young on the box. Score's looking pretty good lately.
Yeah, lots of birdies.
Yeah.
So this is a very technical shot for Heather. She's probably going to need to just play this very, very straight and doesn't want too much fade right. Throws the hyzer flip under the log. I don't know if she was quite going trying to go under the log, but she's in the middle.
Yeah, at least she passed the log
She's
too.
still got the option for par. Birdie is probably out of play.
I believe we have a shrike from Ohn.
Ohn needs that to hit something. So she's at the short box.
Oh, okay.
So that's not the worst place to be. It's probably a really difficult birdie from there.
And Kat is going putter off the tee?
Yeah, I mean, she throws her putter like a boss, so. I mean,
Why
not
not?
a literal boss,
But
but
yeah.
a boss would fade a lot more. But she's thrown to the landing zone, that corner, and then she'll have another shot around the corner.
That looked fantastic. Holley Finley.
Holley getting greedy, trying to get around that corner. Use it to hyzer before that tree. It did. Ooh, that's perfect. Paid off.
That was nice. Heather Young. What's she going for? A3, it looks like. Just pitching around the corner, not doing too much.
Yeah, this is a very skinny fairway once you hit the corner. I mean, it's skinny the whole way, to
Yes.
be honest.
Yep. It is not a big one. Ohn, you see a forehand from the short pad.
So flexing.
Oh.
There's so many little trees in there.
There are quite a few.
Still have a long pitch up.
Cat with a D1. It's like the opposite hole. Putter and then driver.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. Heather Young.
So looking to throw that turnover.
There is so much in the way on this shot. And how did she do that? That was awesome.
Yeah, FX2.
What a toss. Holley Finley. This is where her drive got, correct?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh. Perfectly set up and then tree.
To be fair, there are quite a few in between her and the basket. This will now be her third, just trying to get up and down for a par. Okay.
Edge of the circle.
Scoggins.
Little touch forehand.
She's got that.
Cat with a long look for birdie.
This would be a good get. Definitely a strokes on folks type of hole. Oh, that one just never had a chance. Ah.
Another jump putt that's not quite getting the height.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the sand too. If you don't really take care of your footing before you play, you can sink as you're actually pushing off, and that really affects your throw.
Oh, I wonder. Oh, Holley, can't
And the
blame this.
sand is random. Sometimes you've got like mulchy dirt, and then sometimes you've got just like deep sand. So it depends on the exact footing you have.
Uh-huh. Heather Young making a good putt. What we got up next? Looks like Ohn. believe this will be her par putt. Solid par. How's this one playing, Sarah?
8th difficulty. So
Okay.
about the middle of the pack. I think because you can kind of get around that corner, I think it's playing a little bit easier.
Yeah, it is a shorter corner than some of these holes out here.
Yeah, off the tee. But we did see Valerie Mondahano, Kat Mersch, Vanessa Van Dyken, and Tiger Borth all get this one today.
Congrats to them. Holley cleaning up. That will be a bogey, though.
Man, she was set up so good.
I had the best drive by far. Took the worst score, unfortunately.
That never feels really good.
No.
Oh,
Look at that
my
thing.
gosh.
She's giving Jay a run for his money there, Sarah.
I'm going to need to see Jay's in slow-mo, too.
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Oh my
Look at it, hole 6. This is a really fun shaped hole.
Yeah, 324 feet, so it's gettable. But, I mean, it's choose your own adventure here. You can either throw a big backhand that slowly turns, or you can throw a really low, overstable backhand that skips off to the right side and then skips left. The sidearm play is pretty good. A big anhyzer over the top that kind of flexes into this area that we're seeing now. So it's kind of sketchy. Once you get halfway through the fairway, you're kind of just hoping you miss the trees.
That's exactly it. We have Heather Young in a D2.
So she's throwing the low, flexing skipper, and she gets through.
Oh, that was
Looks
nice.
like Circle's Edge.
Well done, Heather. Ohn, Destroyer.
Throwing a similar line, puts it up a little bit higher. And that's a putt.
Yeah.
That's great. Kat with the M4. She might be taking that high left route. Turn.
Get over there.
Needs
Get over
it to
there.
fall. Maybe. That hill is very extreme.
Yeah, hopefully that slid down a little bit.
It's really tricky from up top.
Holley Finley. Going with a boss.
So there's a nice wide route if she can get the skip left. And she does.
That was great. 6 shot, Holley.
Look at that gallery out there watching.
Yeah, solid.
A lot of people.
Mm-hmm. And,
So Kat did not get that down. She's still up on that hill.
don't fall. This is, yeah, get a better look at the angle here. It is sketchy.
Leaving her a short putt.
Mm-hmm. Should salvage par from there. Heather Young. She is looking for a birdie.
Yeah, speaking of putts, we have a few on this card. This is a difficult hole to get, despite that it's only 324.
Looks like Heather's still outside the circle.
She is framed up really well. Yes!
That was beautiful.
Gosh, that must have been 45 feet.
Yeah, it looked like it. Dead center, too. Ohn looking for a birdie of her
Little
own.
obstructed just outside the circle. Wobble, wobble in!
Yes. Great putt, Ohn.
Not obstructed enough.
Man.
She cashes in on that birdie. And Holley also has the birdie putt.
We can see 3 for 4 here. That'd be awesome.
It's a wide straddle.
Oh,
Wow, she's pin high. She got so far up there.
ceiling issues, though. She's a good spin
Oh,
putter.
get through.
I got the ceiling. Yeah. Kat, this is going to be to save
Ooh,
par.
This is a tester.
It is.
Perfect.
Cool.
Right in the center. Nice recovery.
And Holley will come along and drop in the par as well.
So Heather and Ohn getting this birdie, that is great. And them along with Haley King were the only 3 to birdie the hole
No kidding.
on the day.
Dang. It's a tough get. It's a tough shape, and you got to get lucky at the end there. And if you're Heather Young, hit a great putt.
Yes. I love that this green is pretty obstructed as well. I think that there should be more obstructed greens in
You like
disc
this?
golf.
We'll probably see more when we come back.
Passion is more than fiery emotion. It feeds the spark to start your day. It fuels your obsessions. It inspires your dreams. Passion challenges your fears, and it repeatedly bathes you in sweat until you are transformed into a new, better you. Disc golf isn't just your passion, it's ours too.
You've seen them in the hands of professionals, helping them compete at the highest level. Whale Sacks is a female-owned small business, handmade in the USA. We are dedicated to outstanding grip for all disc golfers.
We are back out to the action, looking at hole 7. Really cool tee pad they concocted up on this cliff up here.
Yeah, 345 feet downhill, so the distance is good for FPO, but that tee pad, like you said, it's a little bit scary. It took me a while to get comfortable teeing and not feeling like I was going to fall off the hill. But this hole plays to a low turning backhand that flexes up to the right of this fork log, and then hopefully it will flex left right beyond the space before it goes into the river beyond there.
Yeah, it is just right there.
Really technical. They have to throw it downhill. Heather was throwing kind of a layup, but then I watched her in practice actually hit this line with her sidearm.
Whoa.
So she decided to end up throwing the sidearm, and it looks like it worked out.
I think so.
You can see her like,
Tossing that D2 down there. Own? She going rock?
Looks like Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, yeah, you're right. It is. That is ripped.
It's looking a little bit high. And
Sorry, there's a crowded tee pad up there. Tough to get a good angle, it turns out.
Cat with the M2.
Okay.
Ooh, that was you can, oh man, you can see she felt like she was going to fall off the thing. She left it out a little bit high. It hyzered. That's a difficult approach shot.
Holley?
The left side is not good here.
This is a boss from Holley. Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She should have a putt.
So here's where Ohn ended up. A little bit short right.
She looks like she'll have to go up and over the log
I think so, yeah.
on her putt. Cat off to the left. Ooh,
Missed
that
stuff.
looked a little fluffy.
Yeah. Gonna give herself a longer par putt than intended. That is Heather Young pitching up for her par. I think she's done that nicely. And Holley's got a long bid for the 2, but it's there.
It's very obstructed. She got to go up and over the log and then drop it back in.
Between the logs instead of a perfect layup.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what she was trying to do.
Katrina.
I'm sure. Oh.
It's set up for the up and over putt, but from that distance, it's still very difficult.
Yeah, Ohn having trouble from the same range. They'll both be carding some. This looks awkward.
Okay. That looked like a potty putt. I'm not really sure.
A squatty potty.
Squatty
potty putt.
Yikes. But it went in. That's all that matters.
She made it work. Man, it's a good thing Kat does her yoga or whatever she's doing to stay in shape and flexible. Yeah. That would have been a struggle for this guy. Nicely done. Rest of the gang cleaning up there. Holley with a nice par.
Yeah, tough hole. 44% bogey or worse, and 10% birdie.
Okay.
So it's gettable, but it's also, equal pars and bogeys. So I'm thinking it's a pretty good hole.
It is, yeah. A lot of stuff on the way to that upshot. Hole 8, this is really tight gaps there.
Yeah, 310. It's not too far, but you have to throw, really to throw the conservative line, you have to throw way high up and over this fork tree and still get it moving right. And then still have to get over this fence, which is like 4 and a half feet tall. And then to an elevated basket on a really cool log-looking contraption.
Wait, is it a stump? I don't think it's.
It's not an actual stump,
yeah,
but it's got these little fancy post things around.
All right, fair enough.
I've never seen anything like it, honestly.
I don't think I have either, actually. Heather Young almost gets the gap. She's about halfway there after that one.
That'll be a difficult approach.
We've got a Mako from Holley.
Oh, Oh, did she get through?
She went through and it kicked it straight again.
Ah, okay. So she's got an open look.
That's how you know
But
Holly.
still, nobody's anywhere near the basket yet.
Scoggins ripping the forehand. Oh, no.
Early tree.
That's a ways out there. Clean to the basket from there, but still not close. Catrina Allen.
All right, Catrina. Going sidearm. Ooh, I like it.
This will be a D2.
Ooh.
Low line.
The low line is probably easier to get to the basket, but also way tighter.
Yeah. She unfortunately found a pretty early tree. Here's Heather Young trying to save par.
So everybody with a recovery shot.
I think she got over.
It does look like there's a putt there.
Yeah. We'll see how long it went. Ohn Scoggins, a destroyer forehand.
Putting up a little high. Leaks right.
Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
yep. Oh, right. So I was sitting on this pad waiting to T9, and I thought Ohn threw that from the tee. And I was like, holy cow, how did she get the destroyer through that gap and all the way deep? I was like, what is going on?
That's incredible.
Then I moved away from the green because I realized I was in play. And yeah, okay, that makes
now
more
you know.
sense. I mean, I hope she could get there all the way, but I just was
It's a heck of a shot.
mind blown that she could get there.
Yeah. It's a tough line to throw 310 feet with a destroyer.
Yeah, and up and over.
Yeah,
to
everything.
Get the actual line to the basket.
That was a great approach by Holly. This is going to be Heather putting for par.
Ooh, it looks good. This is turning out to be a really tough hole for this card.
Yeah, it is. Lisa Fakis back there looking on. Haley King, it looks like.
Yeah, there are 3 cards waiting on that next
Oh,
tee.
oh, nice.
Ohn to save the par.
Heather's going to clean up her bogey real quickly. And that gap is tiny off the tee, and you really have to hit your angle perfectly, too.
Yeah, this is very technical. This is actually the same tee that the men play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if we should be just a little bit closer.
I could buy that.
And not because of the distance, but because of the way the shot shapes up.
Mm-hmm. Cat. There's a good save from her.
Cleaning up the par.
Holley Finley should be doing the same thing here in just a second.
So no birdies on this card, but we did see Paige Pierce get the birdie on the feature card.
It took like a 60-foot putt, though, I think.
It did, yeah. Yeah, 1% birdies, 50% bogey or worse.
Dang. I mean, I buy it. You don't hit that gap off the tee,
Yeah.
and you're halfway cooked anyway.
So par is good on number 8.
Turns out. Looking at hole 9, our only par 5 of the championship, I want to say.
It is the only par 5, although I would argue that there should be another one out here. 728 feet. The first shot, players need to land in the middle or to the right just a little bit, but not too far right or too far left for sure, because you'll be pinched around this Mando corner. The next shot, you want it to land about here to give yourself about 300 feet to approach the green. You can take that left side or the right side once you get onto that second shot. And the green goes to the right just after this little grove of trees and just before this mound. So kind of sneaking your drive into this little cove of shrubs and mound, and there is a river beyond it. So a lot going on this hole.
Yep.
But first shot needs to be straight or just a little to the right.
I tested that river in my practice round, but there's a decent amount of room back there on this one.
That's also a great put-in if you want to float the river.
Yeah.
FYI.
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful shot from Holly. Finishing it right, opening up the angle, and peering that fairway. Catrina Allen going with a D2.
Looks like she might be trying to turn the corner. This is very risky.
Yeah.
Ooh, early, short, but she doesn't seem to care.
Yeah. No.
She's like, oh, it was worth the risk. I guess that fence there that wooden fence does keep you from going too far to the left if you get the distance all the way to the fence.
Heather Young. This is a D2 as well.
Playing a little bit too far to the right. She's going to be pinched over there.
Mm-hmm. Ohn Scoggins. Shrike, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Stay up.
Oop,
Stay up.
low, and she's just going to have to pitch it around the corner.
Yeah. I like the idea, though, for Ohn. Oh, there's a good second
That's
shot.
running a little deep. She's probably going to be pitched.
You think so?
If you go deep in that bubble, it is difficult to get to the pin on your third shot.
Heather, getting crafty from the woods.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little short, takes the birdie out of play, but it's definitely in the fairway.
Holly lining up her second.
This is a great spot.
Really well-placed drive.
Now she'll be able to get up the fairway on her second. If she can land in that skinny spot. Looks like she did.
Cat going forehand roller.
Putter roller? Why not?
Hey, por qué no? Ohn Scoggins. Ripping it down the fairway.
Hyzering out to the left, so leaving her just a pitch up to the basket to get the par.
Nice. After a not great drive, she'll take a par on this one.
So Heather is a little out of position. So she'll have to flex it and also hope that it gets just a little bit left so she's not obstructed by that mound and those bushes.
That was well
It looks
thrown.
like she did, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
And
Nick will give you a look at the basket
there.
there.
We are.
Lurking behind the mound over there.
Ooh, Cat. I think she's on a turnover here.
Oh, it looks like
This
it.
is her roller disc. She might be going roller, but
This is an F7.
the ground is not so great for rollers.
Just Heiser flipping it up in the
Oh,
elevation.
That's a little bit high.
Uh,
I have no idea where that went.
yeah, it looked like it kicked right to my eye. The
Okay.
right-hand side of the fairway. We'll see when we get up there.
Holly, who is in perfect position. Ooh, well, not so much, actually. That tree is in the way. Just trying to sneak it in that gap and hopefully hitting those trees on the left. But
She got full flight out of it.
it's obstructed, though.
Yeah.
Kind of takes the birdie out of play.
Oh, here's where Cat ended up.
All right.
Kind of the right second fairway almost. Oh, beautifully thrown.
And a pretty short putt for par.
That actually hit off the cage.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. About 3 inches low. Ohn?
A little touch sidearm.
Okay.
Little 20-footer.
That'll work for par. Heather?
Oh. Oh, I looked like I was going to hit those trees.
Agreed. And Holly set herself up with a very nice little gap for her 60-footer.
Framed up for the layup.
Well done. Ohn? I believe saving par. We'll see. Yes, it is. Holley Finley. Par saving as well.
Mm-hmm. Pretty forgiving hole. You know, I mean, you can get into a little bit of trouble. You saw every player on the card threw a shot that wasn't exactly perfect, but they were still able to get their par.
Mm-hmm.
But if they had just executed one of those shots just a little bit better, we might have seen a birdie.
Heather Young eyeing down the putt. It's been a little extra time on this one. She's got it. It's kind of a thing at the fort here, all these like trees in the circle.
Yeah, I like it. I think putting should be a little bit harder. Make people do different putts. They shouldn't just be guaranteed to do their normal putting style anytime they're inside the circle.
Reward those players who add all those tools to the bag, the straddle,
Absolutely.
the knee putts, all that good stuff. Totally. I'm with you on that one. Here's Owen's par save.
So start par on a difficult
That
hole.
feels good. Yeah.
And we saw the Cat Merch, Jennifer Allen, and Alexis Mondahano got this birdie on the day.
All right. There are your scores after 9. We're kind of just kicking it around even, it looks like. Heather Young leading the crew with that one down. That is all we got for part 1. We'll catch you guys in part 2. Thanks for watching.